and you realize that we are at home. As you realize, Nile and pool have a marriage, and where you go, where there's pool, there will always be a Nile, and where there's Nile, there's pool. So today is a momentous day for us as we launch a new partnership, which partnership is going to change pool. These guys of Nile have invested in pool for more than, since 2010. That's one of the longest surviving sponsorships in Uganda. The last I knew was unveiling what we should be expecting in the next few months until October, when we have the finals of the national championships, which are sponsored by Nile Special. Now, this is where we've seen winners. Actually, the car expect a new winner as well. Now, we shall be having speeches from these amazing guests here and some others here. My name is George Katongole. I'm going to be your MC today. And I will first of all introduce the Polo Association of Uganda is trying to do things more differently this time. And as you may realize, he's the man leading us that way. Ivan is our friend in pool. I wonder whether he knows how to handle pool too. We shall test your skills. The same family of Unte. So Rogers, you're welcome here. He's the proprietor of Adi Sport in Chireka, where we shall be having a capacity building starting tomorrow actually, for referees and umpires and the coaches. Next is one of the most...
We had the tournament last year. It went for 4 months until we finally unveiled the winner, which went away with both went away with a car. This year is not going to be any different, only that we got the reason why we do these sponsorships. I'll just give you some background. Currently, Nile is the biggest supporter of sport. We support rugby, we support pool. We recently started supporting basketball, we support golf, and many others. When we support a sport, it's because we see there's an opportunity for us. And an opportunity for us means we're making sales during when the sport is being played now. Pool is an easy game for us to sponsor because it happens in the back where our products. So by default, when someone is playing pool, there's a high chance that they are supporting our product. Last year, we got very good numbers in terms of sales. Look at the association. We want to thank the chairman and all the people who are part of the expo, who put up a very seamless tournament where we saw good sales from our side, which is why our managing director, Mr. Abdurrand, was very impressed by those numbers, and he said we should do this for another 2 years. Again, I want to thank the Exco for making our work with them very, very seamless. We had a very similar final. So this year around, we are going to sponsor the tournament with a figure of 1 billion shillings. This is going to be for 2024 and 2025. We hope to see you people come up to support your players all throughout the tournament, and thank you for coming.
Thank you, Douglas. I think
an extension of our partnership with Nile Breweries Limited up to the end of 2025 with, as Douglas has clearly spelled out, a funding of 1 billion shillings for the period of 2024 to 2025. One of the things that makes this a landmark day is that, first of all, when you look at the partnership that we've had with Nile Breweries since close to 2010, that ran up to about 2018, and then had a break for a couple of years due to COVID and other aspects, and then resumed in 2023, which is last year. This is definitely, without doubt, the biggest investment that Nile has now made into pool in terms of looking at an annual investment, which comes down to be exact, about 523 million per year for the period of 2024 and 2025. The other special highlight is that, having had a number of conversations with Nile breweries, which included the previous EXCO, who I have to recognize for their role, plus the new EXCO that came in February this year, finally, the National League is going to be sponsored by Nile breweries. And that's a landmark, because for very many people, they've always appreciated the National Open, but they've always asked the question as to why the National League cannot be considered for sponsorship by Nile breweries. And finally, Nile breweries has answered the call, and it has accepted to fund the National League. So within the 1 billion package that has been unveiled, it will cater for both events, the National Open and the National League, up to the end of 2025. The League and the National Open data from the technical experts are going to start from the month of July, moving onwards. And this is also a call to all the interested clubs that would like to participate in the League to duly submit their interests so that they are considered and they are part of the League, in addition to the players who expect to reach at least 10,000 across the country for both ladies and men, who will participate in the National Open Championship that will be running across 320 venues across the entire part of Uganda. And like we had it last year, for the National Open, you will be required to purchase products of Nile Special. And for the League, you will pay a registration fee, which will be announced later for both ladies and men. And the difference in the League this time round is that from the last time we held a League, what we've done is that at a minimum, we are doubling the League prizes from what we gave in the last edition of the League that we ran. So in the last edition, we had about 3 million for the men, and we had 2 million for the ladies winners, and at a minimum, we are doubling those prizes. The other special thing about this package is that for what is the second time in the history of pool, but also a first time when you look at the amount involved, on an annual basis, we are going to be giving a minimum of 72 million shillings to the clubs to facilitate the League activities. So the way it's going to work is that to contribute to the costs that you incur as a club when the League is running, like your transportation and allowances of your players, etc., as part of this package, you will receive, as clubs that participate in the League, up to a maximum of 72 million per year to cater for those costs. And that will be distributed between the participating clubs that will be in the League. The other aspect, which I know the representative from Next Media will also talk about, is our partnership with NBS Sport and Next Media, which is going to continue as part of this journey. And we are looking to have the League covered live on TV and the National Open also covered live on TV for the period of this championship. I want to conclude by mentioning some specific names and appreciating them for their support in this journey, starting with, on the side of Nile breweries, Douglas Karema as the key project manager for the role that he has played in this partnership from last year into this year and next year. The managing director of Nile breweries, Mr. Adu. The head of marketing of Nile breweries, Ms. Amu Majok. June 2024, we've received a minimum of 250 million from government as pool in funding for pool activities and for various pool events. So we thank the team for that support. I will also mention Mr. Joseph Chigozi in absentia and the team from Next Media, which includes the team that covers on the ground, including Saka, Kadu, and the rest of the team. Maureen, thank you for the good work, and we are hopeful that we received confirmation from Nile Breweries that if we can get other partners that are willing to invest in pool, we can consider those partners and have them come on board for some of these events. So we're doing some work behind the scenes, and hopefully soon we should be able to unveil some more news that should be exciting for the players and for the sport. Once again, I conclude by thanking Nile Breweries for this significant investment of £1 billion shillings over the next 2 years in pool, and we will do our best as the administrators of the sport to ensure that the events are executed seamlessly and that the investment from Nile Breweries receives a return on investment in their business in terms of the sales numbers and the business volumes that they generate over the next 2 years. Thank you.
Nile are sponsoring the National Open. They are also sponsoring the National League, 2 properties. And the coordinator for the National Open is none other than MJ. And MJ, please, you can take this moment and share with us the excitement, but I would ask you to go just besides Karema.
26 years ago, I started a journey of learning how to play pool, and that was in 1998. I can say I was a quick learner because in 2001 I also won a major tournament where I won 1 million, and I believe it was buying a car then. But today I'm really honored because I never thought that at any time I'd be standing here as the Vice Chairman of the Pool Association and the Project Manager for the National Open 2024. I can only say God is good, because without His grace I wouldn't be here. I thank you so much for all of you for coming here. The National Open is a national championship that is organized by the Pool Association of Uganda and sponsored by Nile Breweries with their flagship brand, the Nile Special, that we all know best, those in the pool fraternity. 2024, we are going to roll out the battlefield, what we call the green bed, looking for the best out of the best of the pool players in the country. As it has all been unveiled here by the chairman and Mr. Kalema, as the project manager, our activity plan starts today, the media launch, unveiling all this, and then July we'll start with a workshop where we'll get selected coordinators across the country, brief them, start the survey of the venues. The championship is going to be played in 320 venues across the country, where we expect to raise over 10,000 pool players across the country. The duty of these coordinators is to go and inspect the venues in line with what the Pool Association of Uganda is interested in, and also Nile Breweries as our sponsors. There are 2 aspects to look at, and this will be done in line with the team from Nile Breweries, and that will be the sales representatives in those given areas. After that, we'll embark on that journey and we'll compile reports, bring them to our line supervisor, Mr. Kalema at NBO, and after that, we also now have a workshop for the umpires. The umpires are a key factor in this championship because we know they're going to be involved in each and every game of the championship, which is going to take us at least 120 days, which is about 4 months from the start. So we'll have a workshop of selected umpires, the best around, and also fine-tune them. And that will go up to mid-August. After the main qualifiers, we'll go into the regionals, We'll have 40 venues for the regional qualifiers for the men and 7 for the ladies. For the men, we'll produce 120 players for the grand final in Rugogo, and they'll be joined with 8 national seeded players to make it 128. The ladies will, the regional qualifiers will produce 28 ladies, and they'll be joined by the 4 national seeded players, and that will make 32 players for the grand final. After the regional qualifiers, we're now going to the preparation for the grand finale. We'll have a special day for the draws, and this will be a key moment for everyone that has qualified for the grand final, because that is when you know which player you're going to play. And that will be a big event and a very tense for those that will be involved in the championship looking to win the car. After that, we'll go on to the biggest event of the year, the biggest event in Uganda. I've been around Africa following pool, and I can tell you the national championship sponsored by Nile Breweries of Uganda is the biggest individual event in Africa. We should be proud of that. I will have the grand final in November in Rugogo Indoor Stadium on the weekend of 16th November. The National Open is going to be played on a weekend, every Friday and Saturday from the mini qualifiers. And I believe that makes it go well with the Nile Special, because it will be a weekend, and that's how it is designed. So also the grand final will happen on a Saturday on 16th of November and Rugogo Indoor Stadium. After that, we believe to be a successful event. The best player will win a car for the men. The best player for the ladies will walk away, will drive home a car. You can see that Nile Special are doing a great job to support sport, but also to support talent. Just like George has been mentioning here, you don't know how long it takes to save and buy a car. But because of talent, you can walk into Rugogo in one day and drive home a car.
An ambassador of the brand, please, Douglas. I want one of them to be just close to you. The Pool Association of Uganda Exco, please, I want to make the picture a little bigger. May you join this moment. Peter, I can see you here. Like Niga told you, it changed her life. It's going to change another player's life. Probably she may take the second car. Do we still need another picture? Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much, Nile Breweries. Desire, I'm requested as partners, please join in this picture. Bob rarely smiles, but now he's smelling money. He should have no.
To the sports subsector, I will say very few things, but I hope that they are well received because they come straight from my heart, but also I know the minister would have loved to share things as such. One, I want to start by congratulating my friend Bob, the president of Pool Association of Uganda, upon this very important milestone. I've led the federation. I've been around your events, watching the last championship that we had, But to add on that and go now into the league and have it well catered for is very, very important, because if you are to grow skill, you need to grow it over time. And leagues are proven to have that ability to improve the players. Championship, you come, you play, they knock you out, you don't know what happened, you go back, you are still thinking I could have done better. But a league gives you chance, to come every other time, improve on your strategy, aspire for, more, work on your craft and improve as a player. And I believe that now that your league is well funded, you will seriously improve the level of skill of your players. But also, to tag along that, I want to mention two things as far as sports administration is concerned. He gave a speech. I had my own speech written, but I thought maybe I need to speak from my heart. When you were highlighting the different beneficiaries of this package that we're talking about, clear indication and reaffirmed to me that you're a good sports administrator, because there's clear consideration of the different key stakeholders that are very, very important in the growth and development of any sport. You talked about how you're taking care of the players, how you're taking care of the clubs, how you're taking care of your sponsor, ensuring there's a return on investment, how you're taking care of the other partners like media. You talked about us as government, as your partner. So clearly, your stakeholders, including the funds that you're always interacting with at the different venues. And then, so that gives me confidence that Pool Association of Uganda is ably led and managed as an association. And it's also clear in the way you're working here. When some of us come to some of these events, you want to see it's the one-man show. There are some federations that people esteem to be so big. But when you come to such an event, it's just one man running around in so many ways and his henchmen. And you realize there's a bit of a problem. And I'm glad that you agreed to come back. I know there's an interaction we had and you are telling me, no, I'm finishing. And I'm telling you, no, I think you need to, continue. And I want to thank the fraternity for entrusting you with the fort again. And I believe that you will work to grow pool in this country. So I want to congratulate you once again, but also thank you for ably leading Pool Association of Uganda. Third, I want to
special activities we are going to do, but note is when the league is starting, and that will be for the round 1 of May to start on the 11th of July and to end on the 29th of September. Round 1 of ladies will start on the 1st of August and will also end on the 29th of September. Now, in the month of October, we are going to use that at the international break, and that's when we are planning to have international activities for the national team. That will be from the 30th of September up to the 20th of November. Then the round 2 of May will start on the 21st of November and will end on the 19th of January, the year 2025. Round two of ladies will start on the 23rd of November this year, and they will end on the 18th of January 2025. Now, the awards, Mr. President, they will be held on the 31st of January 2025. I hope to see this high table again on the award ceremony. And the question now we have is, will Mbali defend the National League title, or will Mkono Ladies defend the ladies title? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Don. Well, the question is up there.
But what you forgot, we have Genesis Pool Club, and they are going to take the trophy. That one I promise. Okay, now I'm opening up the floor for questions from the media. I'm going to take 5
worries. One, it's very clear that for the National League, there are no strings attached, like you have to buy and drink. So everyone is allowed to play in the league format. Unlike the National Open, where you have to support our sponsor, and where it is clearly indicated that you must be 18 and above to participate in this National Open. Then my brother asked about the awards. I talked about the National League Awards, which have the winners and top performers, and those are the awards we shall be having on that day. But if at all anything comes up, we are open to changes. Then my sister Faith asked about the time, the late night time. Going forward, all PAU events are timed events. So like the National Open, the games, actual matches are timed, and we are managing the late night times. Thank you.
Maybe Faith has been fearing a lot. The last event we had,
having this game, we saw an increase in our volume during the course of the tournament. So we decided if we invested that amount of money and we got this amount, if we invest more, it means we'll get more returns on the spot. That's what was our basis to invest in the game, this 1 billion.
The company's decision to invest more in sports?
We use our flagship brand, Nile Special, that is made of Uganda. So these are things that we do to raise the Ugandan flag. If it is through sports, if it is through Olympics, we should be able to support, because Uganda has supported us immensely with our products, buying our products, even all activities that we have done, our concerts. So it's our way of giving back and also helping people. Like a gentleman said earlier, you can take forever, take a very long time to save up money to win a car, but we are celebrating your skills in being able to play pool, that we are giving you a brand new car from the company. So this sponsorship is for both the tournament and for the league. So we are sponsoring both. Like I said, we got a good return on investment last year. So we decided to take on not only the tournament but also the league, because at the end of the day, our return on investment is people consuming our product. But of course, alcohol is not sold to people under the age of 18, and please drink responsibly. Fenga aba Nile Special tuwaddeyo billion eno okuba last year twa sponsoring pool. Netulaba nti abantu bagala brand yaffe, wabanga bazanya pool bagala nnyo okunywa Nile Special. So netulaba guno omwaka twongezemu ku sente zetutaddemu okuwagira omuzanyo gwa pool, nga tugamba brand yaffe ya Nile Special eri made of Uganda, ya Munnayuganda. So Abannayuganda bazanya pool. So Munnayuganda wali Nile Special wejja okuba. So kyova olaba tusazeemu kuwa sente zino Pool Association ya Uganda.
Tutegeddeko ne Pool Association of Uganda tugisanyukidde nnyo kubanga ejja kuyamba mu kutumbula emuzanyo guno gwa pool mu ggwanga. Pool ekulaakulanye n'ali ku mpaka ez'akamalirizo ez'omwaka oguwedde, naye nga mu arena yaffe kumpi tebajjaamu. Era bwe natunuulira ku ekyo ne gino emizannyo emirala gye ndudde nga ndaba nga boxing eyo, ne ndaba mpulira eri munda nti tulina okuba ne arenas ez'enjawulo ate nga zo nga ziko oba nga neneko okusinga ku ze tuyina. So bwe tubadde tupulaninga ebisaawe bino bye tupulaninga, owulira nnyo nga twogera multi sport multi use, ekitegeeza nti twagala kukola ebisaawe nga bizanyirwamu emizanyo gya njawulo ate nga gisobola kukolebwamu n'ebintu ebirala. Kati bwe mubadde mulaba wano ku TV nti wiiki ewedde gavumenti ya Uganda ya signing endagaano ne kampani eya Turkey gye bayita Suma okuzimba Hoima City Stadium okulwa AFCON. Ekisaawe ekyo si kya mupiira gwokka, tugenda kuzimba kisaawa nga kigenda kuyamba ku mupiira gwaffe gw'ebigere, nga kigenda kuyamba ku rugby ne abaddusi b'emisinde, naye ebweru w'ekisaawe ekyo ky'omupiira ate mu complex y'emu tujja kubaamu ne indoor stadium oba stadium nga bw'olaba gino ey'elugogo, naye nga ngazi etuuza abantu 2,000 ng'esobola okuyamba ku gino emizannyo gyonna, pool, basketball, netball ne federation ez'enjawulo ez'enjawulo zonna ezirina indoor games. Ate eyo plan yemu wajja kubaamu n'ebirala, tujja kubako ne swimming pool, ne tubaako n'ebisaawe ebyebweru by'okuwomingiramu, then ebisaawe ebirala bye tuzimba era plan kumpi yemu. Kati tugezaako okumaliriza enteekateeka ez'okulaba nti ekisaawe kya Akibua Olympic Stadium ekiteereddwa mu budget ey'omwaka ogujja nakyo kikolebwa, ate ne kikolebwa nga kiri mu kumpi mu design yemu, nti nakyo kiinawo ekisaawe ky'omupiira nga kizanyirwamu rugby, ate ne waba ab'emisinde, naye ne wabaawo ebisaawe ebirala nga indoor stadium ng'esobola okubeeramu indoor games endala zonna, ate ne wabaawo ne training pitches endala nti ab'omupiira basobola ne wabeerayo club besobola okutrainingira awo, oba national team esobola okugenda camping eyo. Actually yo ne Akibua Stadium ejja kubaako ne hostel nti abazanyi basobola okubeera, kubanga era ettaka lyali ggaziiko nga abazanyi basobola okubeerayo ne bakampingayo. So eyo plan gye tulina, ate ne plan y'erugogo ekyaliyo lwakuba bino bizze nga byo byetaagibwa mu time mu budde nga omwaka ogujja next year nga tulina kuba tumaze byonna. So ne tugamba katusooke tukatandikire ku bino, then afterwards okuddako tutandike ku kyerugogo. Awo emmanye tujja kuba n'ekisaawe ate nga gaggadde ekinene ennyo kya mutwalo gumu kitundu ne ekitonoko ekye2,000 n'ebisaawe ebirala nga bwe twabirambulula gye buvuddeko.
Ninatwala guno omukisa okwebaza management yange Dice Family, mukulu Mark Muzungu, Mr. Chairman, ebintu byonna nsiimira ddala mukama wange, amannya gange bampita Lukomo Azadi, nga basuubiza abawagizi bange ku guno omulundi ng'era mbadde mumanyi opponent gwe tulinawo wano e Uganda Kyandigasiza ye twamukoledde ttiizi baganda bange, basuubiza namuddukidde ensozi oba kitegeera ekyo bulaba nga mbadde musanganga muzibate ezimu ne mukuba, era nga mbasuubiza baganda bange mweyongere okunteeramu essaala kuba si byangu baganda bange, naye nga guno omulundi obukambwe bugenda kubeera bw'amaanyi erugogo awo, kyenyinza okubagamba.
Sijja kwogera bingi naye nze nzikiririza nnyo mu Mukama Katonda. Sijja kugamba nti ngenda kujja nti ndifendinge emmotoka yange, wabula Mukama yasinga okumanya. Nsobola okujja nenjogera bingi nekitasoboka, ate nempira nga mulimpisibbwa bubi olw'ebigambo bye nayogera ebingi, wabula kyenyinza okugamba nti ndi ready era training ekimala kyonna ekinaaba kizze alhamdulillah Mungu bwatyo bajja okuba nga asazeewo. Bwe naaba nzizemu nendifending ekikopo alhamdulillah, bwe naaba sisobodde era alhamdulillah Mungu bwatyo bwaba asazeewo. So kyemulina omumanya nti nange era situdde traininga, yadde nammwe gye muli temutudde mwagala era nammwe okuwangula ekyo ekikopo, naye nange era situdde traininga. Mungu ajja kunkwatirako eyo inshallah.
Trubish, chairman wa Pula Station of Uganda. Olunaku lwa leero tubadde nga tulangirira sponsorship empya gye tufunye eya Nile Breweries through flagship brand yaabwe ya Nile Special, nga tugenda kuba nga tufuna akawumbi kalamba okumala emyaka 2, omwaka guno 2024 n'omwaka gwa 2025, nga partnership ya myaka 2 nga tuwongera ku partnership gye tubadde tumaliriza ey'omwaka oguwedde ya 2023, naye nga ebikulu ebikyuseemu mu partnership eno nti ekisookera ddala tufunye National League okubanga eri sponsored oba funded by Nile Breweries, ekitabaddeewo luli nga luli event yokka gye badde bakavaring ebadde ya National Open. Kati National League eno gye twogerako tugenda kubanga ebirawo bye tubadde nga tugaba eri amaklabu agasinze okuparticipating obulungi tugenda kuba tugakubisaamu minimum by 100%, oba okubeera ng'ofuna emirundi 2 ku kyobadde ofuna luli. So tutunuulira nga minimum club eneeba ewangula league ejja kufuna obukadde 6, ey'abaami ey'abakyala efuna obukadde 4, ne clubs ezisooka 4 mu bakyala zifuna ebirabo, era ne clubs ezisooka 6 mu baami nazo zifuna ebirabo. Bw'oyongera ku ekyo tugenda kubanga
tuwa kye tuyita club facilitation. Lwe twasemba okukola club facilitation setup yali mu mwaka gwa 2018 lwe twalina league yali eteekebwamu ssente aba Betway nga twalinga buli club tugiwa emitwalo 5 naye kuno tugenda kubanga buli club tugiwa obukadde 3 buli mwaka okubeera nga esasula some of their kyowandiise operational costs nga transport allowance z'abazannyi n'ebintu ng'ebyo so kasita obanga okonfamize nti weetabye mu liigi obukadde 3 ojja kubanga obufuna ne bw'obanga gwe yasembye mu liigi eyo obanga gwe yasoose ojja kuba ofuna obukadde 3 obwo buli mwaka eri facilitation. Then national open egenda kubanga erwaninga nga bwe tubadde tugirwaninga egenda kubanga yeetoola eggwanga lyonna okumala outlets 320 era nga outlets ezo 320 bwe zinaamala first round second round tujja kugenda ku outlets 4 oba ze tuyita regionals n'abakyala nabo bajja kuba ne championship yaabwe eri separate egenda okuba mu venues wakati w'omusanvu n'omwenda okwetoola eggwanga. Then finally erugogo tufune abazanya 128 abaami n'abakyala 32 minimum okubeera nga be bazanya grand finale okubanga omuwanguzi afuna emmotoka mu bakyala ne mu baami n'ebirabo ebijja otuuka paka nga mu bifo ebisooka 16 mu baami n'ebifo ebisooka 8 mu bakyala. So tugenda kubanga ssente zino tutunulira okubanga twongera okukyusa obulamu bw'abazannyi ba pool nga twongera okusupportinga ama clubs agalwaninga league n'aganakyalinga talent y'abazannyi mu league okubeera nga tukola structure ennungi eya event eno okumala omwaka gwa 2024 n'omwaka gwa 2025 gy'emyaka 2 gye tugenda okubanga event eno erwaninga eya national open n'eya national league nga eri sponsored by Nile Breweries.